Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. If you're joining us on the stream, welcome everyone. Wave. Wave, that's why they're here. Wave. Hello, you're joining us on a very special night because for the first time in what feels like ages, it's all four of us in the same room, in the same virtual room, in your living room, on the stream. So I'll just do the introductions because I'm getting completely confused with what I'm doing. Russ, hello.
Sup. Although this is a virtual room, for one lucky viewer, it is actually really your living room, and we're behind the sofa.
Yeah.
And knows
it was a bastard recreating all of our home offices behind your sofa.
It's like a more intense and creepy version of NTV.
I mean, it almost feels like not worth it at all.
No, it wasn't. Well, no, it's always worth it. Everything's worth it.
Luckily, I'm quite short, so I can fit into small spaces.
It's true. You are vertically challenged. Not challenged, just, you know.
You're not short.
Subpar.
You're not that short. You're taller than me, I think.
Actually, last time
none of us are short. We're all firmly average.
I hugged you, and our heads were at the same level.
Yeah, we're all roughly 5'10".
Yeah, those were different heads.
Yeah, we were both kneeling.
Just the tip.
Anyhow, Dan, hello.
Hello.
Duncan, hello.
Hello.
And hello from me, I'm Tom. We're going to be doing a very special thing here where we gather everyone's hands in a hat, and I'm going to hand over to Dan.
Tom's actually being visited by the Misterons because he can see the little circles in the reflections in his glasses.
Yeah, I've got that as well, but I'm not wearing glasses, so you can't like.
So you're both being visited by the Misterons.
You've just got a saucy glint in your eye. I believe the technical term for that is a catchlight.
Oh, there you go. Learn something new every day. Shall I explain what we're going to do then?
Or yeah, just sit here in an awkward silence for a while.
I spent minutes preparing that segue. It was seconds actually. It was terrible. You take it. You go.
So, I did realise, I think about 5 minutes before we started the pod, that I think we might have actually already done this, but I don't really care. So we are going to put together a crack team of cartoon heroes to fight a team of villains as well. And I think we should come up with a team of villains as well. This, moving away from our previous title for this, I think is probably what we'll be heading towards, maybe coming up with something different. But so we're gonna. There are some very basic rules, which is if you are a character.
Haven't explained the premise yet. You just said we've probably done this before, but I don't care.
No, I said.
Crack team
of superhero. Not superheroes.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
No, you weren't.
No.
I've realised what your problem was. I wasn't paying any attention to you.
I realised
what you did wrong there was you utterly failed to engage me in any way whatsoever.
Yeah,
and I think you accept the responsibility for that issue.
I am genuinely really sorry, Tom. I won't let it happen again.
I think don't let it happen again.
No, I'm sorry. God, shall I?
No, because if you go, then no one knows what we're doing tonight.
Well, no, some people are listening, Tom.
Isn't Paul Edge drunk?
Well, that's a pretty mean thing to say because you just said my hair is looking quite good.
Well, I don't know, but I thought
drunk, Paul.
I thought Paul reckoned on Twitter that he said he was going to probably be drunk.
He just said that he said that you look all right, Dad.
Well,
your hair is looking good at the moment. It's looking very yeah.
Thank you.
I need to go and get mine tamed at the weekend.
I think I need another cut. I'm getting to a point where I need another cut. So
do I. Look, the grey bush is getting a bit. It's getting a bit microphony on the side of my head.
That's
right, everyone. I have
down.
hair.
You need to move the camera down for us to see that.
I'm joking. I'm starting to go mullet.
Really? This is what people are here for, isn't it?
That's
like hair advice. To be fair, like I think if we did a whole pod with just Russ telling us what he does with his hair, I think people would watch it.
After we did our exclusive interview with that third party that I think we could probably talk about now.
But, you tell me, Tom.
I'm pretty sure we can. Although I do need to.
Well, let's not, because we should actually do it properly.
Yeah,
I need to send you some consent forms anyway. You need to sign those, and then
that makes it sound so bad.
Yeah,
Tom's putting us out on the street.
Yeah,
and so far I'm getting nothing back.
How much did you make? £26.50. Who
Yeah.
gave the 50p? Everyone.
Hell yeah, it's
Anyway.
all about the money, brother. Anyhow. So, crack
What are
team,
we doing, Tom?
animated heroes. But I don't know what they're doing or why we're doing this.
You didn't let me. Actually, to be fair, you didn't let me finish. So.
So it's my fault now.
This time,
We're a good solid
honestly.
10 minutes in. I mean, if you keep this up, we won't have to bother doing the podcast at all.
That's the plan, isn't it? So the one rule we've got is that if it's a character that was made famous from another form of media, you can't have them. So like Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Except that I think pretty much all of the ones I've got break that rule.
we literally had this discussion, Russ. Like
Yeah, and I
half an
largely
hour
chose
ago.
to ignore it. So the rule that I'm
This
going
is
to be
your
following
idea.
is as long as it doesn't make you go, no, you're cheating, then it's fine.
Okay, so like no
So-
Obi-Wan Kenobi, no
Or X-Men.
Ghostbusters, no
Yeah,
X-Men.
so people who have sort
Oh,
of
Batman.
incidentally appeared as an animated character, but really they're not, then
Yeah.
I don't think that's allowed. But there are
Okay,
people
so
who, like, there are plenty of comic book characters who are also very well known as animated characters, and I feel like that's okay.
Okay, so I totally misunderstood. All of mine are just derived from films and stuff.
Yeah, same here. So Tom and I kept to the rules, and
But most, like, a lot of animated characters in films come from something else. So if we're
Yeah,
too,
like Disney stuff's a
Yeah.
minefield.
So what I'm saying is, let's not be too strict with these rules and go, actually, I think you'll find there's a 14th century Latvian folktale
so
that
I've
invokes
got-
a character very
So
similar
I've
to
got Neo, I've got Mad Max, I've got loads of people who just happen to be in a cartoon at some. No, I'm kidding, Dan. I can see the look in Dan's eyes.
I've got
It's
no.
not-
I've got.
haven't done
Sasha, I've got Sasha Grey, so it's all good. Look it up, guys, if you don't know who that is. She does a really good stream on Twitch. I feel like I'm burying myself here now, but I follow her on Twitch.
fair enough.
Streams video games.
Fair enough.
that. It's okay. This is not something you have to confess to. It's perfectly fine.
I'm just going to Google.
Put it on incognito.
Yeah, I would. Anyway, so we're putting together a crack team of not comic.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep, okay. Yep, should shut that down. Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't my work phone. And close that window. Yep. Okay, and it's gone.
Favorite
There we
hits.
go.
And it's gone.
I'm putting together a crack team of cartoon characters. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
that's about
this
it,
needs to be a team that can deal with any threat, any sort of villain supergroup.
It's got a message saying Sasha Grey's a porn star, isn't she? I'm like, yeah, she is. Yeah, that's exactly what she does.
She's a documentary
No.
writer.
She is a Twitch streamer now.
Yeah, like she
That's how I
you
know
know,
her.
you get like worthy articles about her on the AV Club. She's a legitimate filmmaker.
She is. Anyway, Paul Edge says, so like if Russ had short back and sides, he'd be pretty comic book Reed Richards. Only one way of finding out, Russ.
Yeah. Also, I can elasticate my arm around the building.
Do it then.
Well,
Do
I'm
it.
doing it, but it's below
Do
the
it
camera,
now.
so you can't see.
Do it. Do it.
He's got like proper nice grey streaks though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I had that for a little while, and it all just turned into one large streak.
You're just now a silver fox.
Not really.
Yeah, man. House
So
Wife's
I've
favourite.
been playing Elden Ring. Well, I say I've been playing Elden
You
Ring.
played 45 minutes of it.
I did the character creation, went in, and then got absolutely annihilated for 10 hours, basically. So I'm playing Elden Ring as far as I'm concerned. And one of the nice little touches in it is that you can add bits of grey to your hair.
Oh, that has literally just sold me.
Yeah, it's really like I was just like, so like my character in every game is always Dan Hawk.
it
Like
is,
Dan Hawk in this as
With
well.
an E.
So.
Is it right?
Yeah. Well, it's loosely based on the time that I played a whole of 5 minutes of Dragon Age 2, and I found the game later on. We found the game later on, and my name in it was Dan Hawk. and that's how inventive I was when it came to a name. So I'm Dan Hawk. Dan Hawk goes on a lot of adventures now. So
that would have been Dragon Age 2 because
was,
Hawk was your main character, wasn't it? Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. I played it for like 5 minutes, so I wouldn't really know.
So crack teams.
Yeah, but just quickly on Elden Ring. Yeah, that's one of the things you can do on Elden Ring. Elden Ring is really, really good from what I've played so far. So
10 hours of it.
10 hours of it, of getting my ass kicked, but I feel worthy whilst getting my ass kicked. I do feel like I'm getting better. Like,
have you seen the rolling sheep as well? Then
the what?
Someone put up something from Elden Ring where you approach a sheep and it suddenly does forward rolls.
Yeah.
Away, which is crazy.
So I think most
is that not
players,
how sheep normally evade things?
I think most players start at like here, and I'm starting at like here. So eventually, I'm just going to keep dying until I'm at the level that most people start at, and then, yeah.
I think you'll find the level. It's a From Software game, so the level you start at is like it's the same for everyone. Like it's a new fighting style, new combat system. But in an open world this time, proper open world.
Yeah, this thing is insane, apparently. So
yeah,
from what I've heard.
But luckily, thankfully, it turns out to be a 90% game. You know what I mean? It's a 90 out of 100 rated Metacritic success, where everyone was thinking it was going to be a disappointment.
I get the feeling we're going completely off on a tangent here. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I heard Gurnlist gave it a solid 7 out of 10. A high 7 out of 10, actually.
Where is Gurnlist? Yeah, we need to
get Gurnlist back on.
He's rogue.
Live action Gurnlist.
Tom, do you still have his phone number?
I believe I do. I'm pretty sure I'm in charge of his Twitter account. So
we need to get James Gurnlist back on. So yeah. But yeah, just quickly on that then. Yeah, we will get to the subjects in a second. It's really shaping up we are going to have like a really good year for video games this year. Just like the games that have already come out so far have been very, very good. So
hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right, who wants to kick us off with our crack team of cartoon characters then?
So should we do villains first or heroes first?
Well, it's up to you. I don't mind.
Villains. Let's do villains. It's
okay.
quite good fun.
Go with villains then.
Well, I would say Evil Morty.
Good
you
choice.
See, I've been thinking about this, and I always come back to what's the episode where he meets like the Galactic Avengers or whatever they're called? And it turns out he's the guy that's been like setting up all these traps because he got drunk and set them up for him.
Oh, so it was Rick. Yeah. So Rick himself is villain.
But Rick, the thing about Rick is he is both villain and hero because he actually also saves the day there because the whole thing was a story about how you shouldn't believe in your heroes, and then he gets blind drunk and just goes.
He only saves Noob, wasn't it?
It was only Noob that he really gives a shit about. Yeah. But
you're so awesome, Noob, and you laughed at all my jokes, and just in that drunken crying like fit.
I should have mentioned where the idea for this episode came from, which is I watched Space Jam, the new Space Jam, which is
certainly a film.
It's a film. Have you seen it?
No.
It's all right. The best bit in it is the obligatory thing that every studio does now, which is look how many other products we've got on Warner Brothers. So there's obviously a bit where they visit the Batman animated series and they visit like a load of other stuff. And it turns out the Tasmanian Devil's being tested on by Rick and Morty. And they just kind of launch him at the ship, go, turns out it's permanent, there's nothing we can do about it. just flies off, which I thought was quite a nice little touch. And that was the best bit in the film.
They're the Vindicators.
The Vindicators, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Evil Morty then can definitely be on the villains team.
I mean, the guy basically is so evil that he steals other alternate reality versions of himself to torture, to use as a shield for his base, and he manipulates his Rick through remote control, and then once he gets to the Citadel, he orchestrates his own rise to power over all the Ricks and Mortys in the Citadel, and then kills all of his political opponents and anyone who has ever had any contact with him and might know his identity. He is true example of Machiavellian sociopathy and political like genius. He's a fucking lethal weapon.
The main reason why I wanted to bring it up was also this is getting slightly political, but someone compared Matt Hancock's recent interview and go, does he remind anyone else of the dad in Rick and Morty? And it was like, yes, actually, that is really the case.
It's a really good comparison. Just
Yeah, Jerry. Jerry.
the only thing he was guilty of was being in love, apparently, by the way.
I just heard in the background.
Is that the interview where he's wearing a turtleneck for no apparent reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I would have followed the rules, but I wanted to do something else instead, is basically what he said there.
Essentially, yeah.
This whole thing. Did you see Alistair? Oh, fucking hell, what's his name? Alistair. There's a guy on Instagram who's gotten very famous. He's Alistair Green or something. I can't remember. He's got very famous for doing like kind of spoof videos of
I know
people.
you
know who I mean?
I haven't seen
Blackman, Greenman. I can't remember what his name is.
Are you talking
but
about the guy that does the man in the room things?
No, that's
The guy in the
Michael
room.
Spicer.
Yeah, that's Michael
Spicer,
Spicer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just done one of he's done Matt Hancock a few times. He basically paints Matt Hancock as this deluded Lothario sort of character who thinks thinks women are throwing their underwear at him, but he's like, it's like, yeah, I opened it up and I saw shit in there, but it was obviously Nutella. They love me. It's Matty Hancock here and stuff. And the latest one is just him like kind of going, what, this roll neck? Oh, this old thing. Oh, yeah, it's the Debenhams Casual Club. It's just fucking spot on, like with like these like little dreamy looks to camera and sort of stuff. It's just, anyway, I've got to go. Matty out. Fucking genius, absolute genius.
Nice.
Okay, so while we're on Rick and Morty, if we're talking good guys, I kind of want Balthamore.
Yeah, the dragon with all the
Salata Dragon.
Salata
Dragon.
What in the name of the medieval equivalent of Tarnation is going on here?
I also want Jaguar.
Oh, Jaguar, fucking brilliant, yeah. Pickle Rick as well. Rick. I kind of think like if you're going for good guys and you choose Rick, like you kind of get Pickle Rick as he's like the question isn't why I'm a pickle. No, the question isn't what I'm going to do now I'm a pickle. Is I can't remember what it was. But he just says, like, the reason I did it, Morty, was because I can.
I'm Pickle Rick.
I'm a pickle. Yeah. Oh, it's genius.
The thing with the Pickle Rick episode is that it is entirely too over-marketed. Like, you can get Pickle Ricks everywhere. To the point where it makes me sick of Pickle Rick. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. And then I rewatch it, and I'm like, "This is actually really good." Like
it's a bit like Portal and the cake being a lie and stuff like that. It's just it's unfortunately become a caricature of itself. But it's actually like one of the more heartfelt episodes. The bit with the psychiatrist.
More to it than that.
Yeah.
But most like comedy series would just go with, "He's a pickle." That's the funny thing about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it's deeper than that.
But then it's written by Dan Harmon, so it's inevitably a little bit more clever than most people give it credit for.
Pretty much, yeah. I do. Dan Harmon, great writer, bit of a bellend, but yeah.
Baba Yaga.
Of times, yes.
Yeah. So we got so far Evil Morty and Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it.
But then also Rick
next?
wouldn't be able to operate as a good guy without Morty shielding his brain pattern. So you probably need Evil Morty and Rick and Morty. You can probably count them as one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Sweet. Everyone happy with that? Yeah.
Well, I think Rick would be either a good guy or a bad guy, depending on who's got the most booze. And
Possibly.
just how he's feeling that day.
Yeah, I've not watched this show, but it does sound like he could sort of swing from one team to the other fairly easily.
Hang on, what?
You've never watched Rick and Morty?
I have far too many things in my life for Rick and Morty.
Really good.
I know it is. I've just never got around to it. I will one day.
How many episodes of that boat show have you watched, Russ?
Yeah, but that's different.
Is that different?
In
How
the
is
low
that
hundreds,
different?
I reckon.
Fucking hell.
I mean,
But
all I
that's
can
right,
see
you
is
don't
a
have to
white hot
concentrate
flash
on
of
that.
fury in front of my eyes.
I'll watch Rick and Morty after I finish The Expanse and watch all of Stranger Things.
Fucking
And
hell,
probably all of
Ross.
The West Wing and The
Christ,
Wire
all right,
as
yeah,
well.
fine. All right, I can't
West
get angry.
Wing,
I can't,
oh my God.
I can't get angry about this right now. Again,
too
I
much.
have too much in my life
God,
to get
the
angry
world
about
is
this.
far too stressful to be getting angry about this. Yeah,
Yeah,
watch what you want, but
you
watch
annoy
it
me
soon.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, just fucking hell.
You annoy me so much on so many levels.
I
I'm
hate
done.
so much about what you are.
So angry.
So that's
angry
one.
right now.
So that's one villain. I was going to say Skeletor.
Skeletor's a good one.
Oh, that's brilliant. He-Man! I'll get you next time, He-Man!
Excellent. Best laugh of all the villains.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Has anyone watched the latest Masters of the? Well, I haven't seen Series 2, but Series 1, Skeletor is badass when he comes back.
So is this the new version that had that amazing trailer?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
done by Kevin.
Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've not. Where is that available to watch?
Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to give
It's
that
meant
a
to be
go.
really good. I haven't watched it yet either.
Oh, it's. Have you watched it, Tom?
No, quick Skeletor related question. So he is a skull on top of a shredded body.
Yeah,
What's that about?
We're not doing searching questions. Save it.
All right.
he's obviously just mixed up his ratios at
seriously.
the gym, hasn't he?
We're running out of searching questions.
He's hitting
That's a
leg
really
day.
good
He's just
watch.
he's just not working anything from the neck up, and it's withered away.
There is that There is meant to be a cartoon showing how Skeletor lost his face, and it is like a magical accident gone wrong, where basically his face is melted off, but the rest of his beefcake body
Going to
is
melt his
saved.
face off.
Necromancy gone wrong,
I mean,
and his locks.
he is. I mean, it's like beyond shredded. The action figure of Skeletor is like. I mean, there are literally six packs on his six packs. It's just insane. Like the dude is shredded.
He's gone to
And I
Lidl.
respect that.
He's gone to Lidl and got the special on buy two get one free.
On the protein shakes.
Well, on the 6-packs.
Which I'm never sure about that stuff. Like if I'm going to buy my protein powder, it's not going to be from Aldi. Like those like vats of the whey protein they have, and it's just like I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I don't drink protein powder. It might be absolutely fine, but I just see that and I think, nah.
What's that?
I'll get the generator instead.
What are you on about? What I miss?
We were talking about
Six
Skeletor
packs.
having 6-packs on his six-pack.
Oh yeah,
Who's this little thing you brought in to show us? This is Hecate, isn't it?
it is. Yeah. You want to cheat game? Say hi.
Hello, Hecate.
Hello.
Hecate. Oh, she probably can't hear through the headphones, can she?
Oh no, she can't. No. All right, she's going back down now. You taking the piss? You want to go out now? Fucking hell. Where were we? Cartoon.
Well,
So
we
Skeletor.
agreed Skeletor.
Skeletor's got to go on there. I also, while we're on it, Mumra as well.
They
yeah,
feel
Mumra.
like they would team up. Did they ever have a crossover
Exactly.
event?
I don't think so.
No.
What's
think
the deal
so.
with Mum-Ra? Was he just a resurrected mummy?
Yeah, pretty
Ah,
much.
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Just
Really
a resurrected mummy.
Just.
But he became Beefcake as well. Like, if he called on his power or something, you suddenly lose all the bandages, or they become really stylish
He
and
just got sort of
floaty. Like,
extra angry, didn't he?
yeah.
Just even more pissed off with the whole...
I suppose
Mumra really liked Jules, didn't he? That was his thing.
Yeah. I suppose if we're doing 80s, we might as well go with Megatron as well.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Megatron's.
Or are we going with Omicron? No, hang on.
No, we're going
Unicorn.
Megatron. Megatron's a classic.
Hang
And I think. Yeah.
It's an Omicron COVID.
Yeah, sorry,
Omicron's
Unicron. Unicron.
I am Omicron.
Sorry.
Wow, you sound worse than the previous one. Sorry, it's not funny. It's tragedy. Tragic. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, really took that one down. It's a joke, everyone. It's a joke.
Yeah, okay. So I think stick with Mumra and Skeletor, definitely. And then I think Megatron's got to go on the evil list as well. I think if you're going like Transformers bad guys, it's got to be Megatron.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Not movie Megatron. Because
No.
they totally cheapened him in the movies. They turned him into a bit of a whingy pussy.
Cartoon TV series Megatron that somehow shrinks into a tiny gun. But
I would also have Soundwave because I always found Soundwave terrifying.
Is the unrealistic aspect of
yeah, Russ,
Transformers.
I'm glad you're on board with this. Thanks, Russ. That's good to know. I think
The whole living robots thing.
I think if I'm going another evil Transformer, I'm going Starscream rather than
He's nuts.
Soundwave.
He's the wild card on the evil side.
Is
Yeah.
Starscream the one with
Constantly
the
betraying people.
Yeah.
Starscream the jet fighter one?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few. There's a few of them that are jets. Yeah,
Who does the awesome backflip takeoff thing in the movie?
Yeah. yeah. They I think they really fucked up by having all the bad guys be infinitely cooler looking than the good guys.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of inevitable, really. Like, what are you? Fighter jet. What are you? Oh, I'm a beetle.
Yeah, VW Beetle versus a fighter jet.
I'm one of the
best.
shitter new Mustangs now. Oh,
Yeah. Why Michael Bay really likes it?
Michael
okay.
Bay.
Yeah. Michael Bay fucked up. Dan found a Skaven. Fuck you, Jack. So I don't mean it, but that's my dog.
he does probably.
No, I don't. I like Jack. Jack's a lovely guy. Okay, so we've gone through a few villains there. Maybe we should start bolstering up the good guys.
Okay.
Oh.
I know where we've done this before, but Danger Mouse is going back on this team, right?
Yes, and Penfold has to be involved as well.
Yeah.
Danger Mouse is nothing without Penfold.
Exactly. And Inspector Gadget as well, for that matter. While we're at it,
So there's quite a few on the baddie side, and I'm sure we'll get some good, like, you know, muscle and that on the heroes side. But I think what we need is our equivalent of a Tony Stark. We need an engineering genius, kind of.
Penny from Inspector Gadget.
No, she's shit. We need someone like that, but good. Someone who's going to be able to think their way out of any situation, come up with kind of unusual on-the-fly solutions. We need Gromit on our team.
Going for a bit of claymation there.
Absolutely. Perfectly valid type of animation.
Gromit's excellent because he also does the best exasperated eye rolls. So whenever people are just doing the superhero, you know, catchphrases and shit, he can just be there going, "Oh, fuck." So.
All that moves on his face is like his eyebrows, and they get so much expression out of him. It's incredible.
One of my favourite Gromit expressions is from is it A Matter of Loaf and Death, which is the sort of the last of the shorts, and it's when I can't remember what her name is. The lady puts her knee.
Paella Bakewell.
Paella Bakewell puts her hand on Wallace's knee, and Gromit just like kind of does this surprised, but it just looks like he's completely like, oh my god! Like, but it's amazing. Literally, just his eyes go. That's all it is. But he still looks shocked and appalled by the flirting.
I think when he's worried about something, he'll sit there and he just absentmindedly picks up his knitting and starts going.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah,
but yeah,
Gromit,
he's an absolute genius. He saw straight through the penguin's disguise in the wrong trousers,
and that was a heck of a disguise as well.
Honestly, that is one of the funniest moments in anything. Good grief, it's you! When he pulls the rubber glove off his head.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. Yeah, okay, Gromit definitely makes the team.
Yeah. So he's not going to be like front line, but, you know, he's going to be...
Man in the chair.
He's our man in the chair, yeah.
Archer. Actually, I would have Lana.
Yeah, I mean, Lana is an efficient and good agent.
Archer is as well, though.
Yeah,
he's skilled, obviously.
He is good at his job when he's remotely paying attention.
But I agree, Lana is better. So
yeah, and also fantastically voiced as well. She's just brilliant.
Is it is the evil guy Barry?
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah.
Barry. Lana.
I mean, are we not doing phrasing anymore? I think some of my favourite Archer moments are when he just says something ridiculous that really offends someone, and they try and come back to him, and he just immediately starts drinking and just holds his finger up.
Do that.
And also, I love just he just seems like such a dick, but his knowledge of all sorts of cocktails and culture and everything. I mean, he knows everything. You know, the guy fucking, you know, drinking creme de menthe and zingers and, you know, stingray cocktails and stuff like that. You know, these are really absurdly niche things that he knows about.
He's like, you know, like back in the sort of 60s and 70s, Playboy would have like articles about how to be a modern gentleman, and it's all stuff about like, you know, how to appreciate a fine cigar and how to mix cocktails and how to dress for certain occasions, all that sort of stuff. He seems to live his life very much in that style.
It's got a bit of an overbearing mother though.
Well, she doesn't have to be on the team.
No,
I think you want her on the team.
Mallory.
You see, I would also want Krieger with Gromit.
Mr. Dr. Krieger.
Except, I mean, he's definitely evil.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
I was maybe beyond the baddies then.
Well, he's supposedly a boy from Brazil, isn't he? He's apparently an ex Nazi who escaped to Brazil and then found employment with with their spy agency.
Doesn't it turn out that he's like a direct clone of Hitler or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Alexa, stop.
Wow, that's weird that you mentioned Hitler and Alexa Kitchen. Yeah,
That's a bit spooky.
But also, I think, as we sort of said his name, I think one of the brilliant reveals of that entire show is that Doctor is actually his first name. It's not. He's not a doctor. He just is Dr. Krieger, Mr. Dr. Krieger. Genius.
yeah,
I mean, I do use the phrase, and that's why we get ants.
yeah.
And that's how you get ants. And I say to Phil going, and that's why you're not allowed nice things.
Yeah. Pam is genius, a genius character. Also, just her obsession with cocaine is
That one is so.
that whole series where they're cocaine smugglers. Pam just spends most of that series completely
Arch of Vice, isn't it?
in just a drug fueled rage. It's brilliant. But of course, she was HR to start with all her puppets, like the dolphin.
Yeah. Using the dolphin puppet to mime sexual abuse allegations.
Yeah.
I think she would be the muscle though as well.
Yeah, because later on she is.
Well, that's what she becomes, isn't it? Like in the one that's sort of in the sort of 50s nightclub, she's just like the. Well, she's a cop, isn't she? But she just beats the shit out of people constantly.
Yeah.
But there's also they find her in the fighting ring as well, don't they?
Yes.
Actually, she's got
the vest on, and she's like,
what's she got tattooed across her back? Is it like "Only God will judge me now" or something like that? I think, or something. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. But she's a prize fighter. She's a prize bare knuckle fighter.
Here's an interesting one because I can't decide whether they go on the good side or the bad side. I'm pretty certain the bad side. But we've got to have Pinky in the brain on this somewhere. I think most likely bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they are like they explicitly state that they are trying to
take over the world.
Plan.
Yeah.
And some of these plans are brilliant. I mean, they're usually only foiled by Pinky.
Yeah.
You know, Pinky's ineptitude.
Isn't the brain Ian Hislop though? Because it does look a bit like Ian,
doesn't it?
That's a stretch, but I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't characterize Ian Hislop as an evil genius, though.
No, definitely not.
I never said personality. I just said
just how he looks.
Yeah.
I think Pinky in the brain have got to be on here. So I think
I'll put them on the villain side.
Yeah.
What about Larry? Because of course there was that episode where they had Pinky in the brain and Larry. And the whole theme song was changed. Pinky and the brain and Larry brain. And they go through the whole episode, and eventually, like, they're just brain's like, hang on, the one thing that's wrong here is Larry. Larry's the thing that's wrong. It's a bizarre one. Look it up. It's very funny.
Yeah, look it up, everyone.
Look it up. TMTOOH approved.
So I've got Pinky in the brain on my list. I think so. Definitely.
Very nice.
Give us some more, guys. What we got?
Well, you got to have certain elements of the Simpsons in here, and I think that obviously you've got I can't actually remember the name of the supervillain, but
Scorpio.
I think Scorpio. I feel like it's a bit of an obvious choice. I think.
You want sugar?
Yeah, you want sugar? Do you want some cream? No.
If you could just kill a few people on the way out, that'd be.
Yeah. Yeah. So we finally caught you, Mr. Butts. Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, look, Mr. Burns is evil and has a lot of financial. You know, if the evil people need a money man, Mr. Burns, who, you know, stole the $1 trillion bill that they were going to give to Cuba. You know, and of course has oppressed the masses for what feel like centuries, according to, you know, he even has a daily routine to prolong his life. I think Smithers calls it, doesn't it? Like goes through complete, like, you know, rearrangement of his bones and eye drops and all that stuff to keep his pulse from. Yeah, you know, I think he gets injected with formaldehyde as well. But yeah, money man and nuclear power. So he power and money, physical power and money.
I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. On the good guy side, Simpsons wise, though, Ned Flanders,
he's very righteous.
Yeah,
Bit useless. I mean, he's not going to be much cop in a sort of active situation.
He's ripped.
Yeah,
he's stacked. Like
almost
unashamedly.
like he's wearing nothing at all.
Those stupid, sexy Flanders.
If we're going bad guys and you wanted a Joker-like character, by the way, you got Krusty the Clown as well.
You too, yeah.
Well, he's not a bad guy, is he? He's just can't be bothered.
No,
Well, it's Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob. There you go.
evil.
Yeah,
He's the actual mastermind villain.
this is true.
proper evil, like proper evil.
He gets really sinister.
Yeah, who's Sideshow Bob? My favourite one is when he walks out and there's all the rakes on the floor and just keeps walking in.
Yeah. Die Bart die. It's actually German. It's the Bart the. No one evil comes from Germany.
Anyway. I don't know if there's anyone from The Simpsons that would suitably be a decent good guy.
Or Lisa, because she's pretty smart.
Yeah, she's pretty smart. Yeah. What about the guy, the actor, who plays the action hero?
Rainier Wolfcastle. What about Radioactive Man?
Up and at them.
Up and at them.
Yeah.
Up and at them.
Up and at them. The goggles, they do nothing. The goggles. Oh my god, an A-bomb.
Yeah, so I think Radioactive Man, potentially. In that instance, maybe. But there we go.
Yeah,
while we're on it, though, looking over at Futurama, there's a few that I think could be good for this.
Is Bender on the bad side?
Yes. Also, good news, they finally decided to pay John DiMaggio. And he celebrated with an "I'm back, baby" tweet, which just cracked me up. No, so Bender will be in the new series of Futurama as well, which I'm very excited about now.
Vámonos.
Yeah, I think Bender's on the bad side. I think if you're being sensible, Leela is person you put on the good side. I think if you're being silly, Zap Brannigan's the person you put on the good side.
She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. Leela. Leela.
She's built like a steakhouse, but she handles like a bistro.
Yeah. Raise the president to about nipple high.
Kif, prepare to take the blame in 3, 2, 1. Take the blame.
What's the line? Were they born this way? With those of a heart full of neutrality. Oh God, what's the fucking line?
It's basically that.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, it's so good.
What makes a man become neutral, Kif?
That's the one. Yeah, they're born that way. Or those of a heart full of neutrality. What about Zoidberg? You're right, Jack.
I quite like Zap Brannigan's other nickname of the Velour Fog. Whenever he's at a karaoke den, naming himself the Velour Fog.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah. Human. Is that what Leela calls herself? Is it Human?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Human, is it?
Lee Lemon.
Lee Lemon.
Lee
when
Lemon.
she's in that.
No, it's the spy from the one where the Zoidbergs.
That's right.
There he goes. It's a human. Now there's a loyal person.
Yeah.
So Bender's definitely on the bad guy. He is a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
Oh, so it's Mum.
Oh, Mum's got to be on the bad
She's-
guys
yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Yeah. And Professor Frink would be a good tech guy as well from Simpsons. Definitely, he's got to go on the list.
I mean, to a point.
Yeah.
To a point. Nudity and nudism aside, I love that episode where they're trapped on that snowy planet, and he just.
Oh no, this is Professor Frink from The Simpsons.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Professor. Yeah.
My wife is going to kill me. Why not Zoidberg? Yeah, there we go. I want Zach Brannigan, definitely, because Leela's way more useful. I also kind of want either the Robot Devil or the Clamps. I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's just called Clamps.
He's just called Clamps, isn't
He's
he?
just called Clamps, yeah.
Isn't he called like Joey Clamps or something?
Something like that, yeah. The Clamps!
The clamps, Jerry. I gotta clamp him.
I would have Robot Devil.
Oh, the Robot Devil's great as well.
The Robot Devil's amazing.
Oh, I love Futurama. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know if they should be doing a new series. I kind of wish they'd just finish it.
So much, and it's at least the first 4 seasons are probably 4 of my favourite comedy seasons of anything ever. They are just gold.
What's that? Of
Futurama.
Oh, Futurama. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There are some little jewels in those later series,
Yeah.
but there's nothing consistent. Bonitis. I mean,
My only
So-
regret
some of
was
having bonitis. Yeah.
War as the H word is just I probably in my top 5 episodes of a TV series ever. Like, it is genuinely just non-stop brilliance.
Yes,
It's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah,
And then they bounced once, and then they
That's
bounced.
the sort of the classic era Futurama for me.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. You're the one that's going to be dying.
Antiquing.
So I feel like what we're missing on the good guys' side is a bit of cuteness.
Yeah.
Do
Do it, Russ. I know what you're going to do.
you think you know what I'm gonna?
Yeah.
I think you think you know what I'm gonna. But do you think that I think you think you know what I'm gonna do?
I mean, there's only one way of finding
I've
out.
just confused myself. And the good thing about this is that sort of, there's as much of it as you want, basically. So, because it comes in sort of a horde. We need the hormone monsters' penises.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all. That wasn't where I was going to go either.
You do want the hormone monsters' penises because they are
They
super
are
cute.
exceptionally
They are
cute. And kind of multi-talented, because he's kind of got one for everything.
Yeah. Do we want the shame wizard on the evil side as well, then?
Yes.
Shame wizard.
Shame.
Shame
Right.
wizard. Yeah.
I don't know where everyone is on the new Critical Role, but when they were describing the Nightmare King,
Yeah.
I just couldn't get the Shame Wizard out of my head. I just it's the Shame Wizard. That's all.
Yeah. Well, the Nightmare King sounds utterly fucking terrifying. They've done a great job with that. But
Yeah. But
yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. So so for cute, I thought you were going to go Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
thought
you
you would.
went with a
No,
bunch of furry
Christ, no.
penises instead. Powerpuff Girls would be my choice as well. I'd want all 3 of them if you're going to pick one. I think. Who's the tough one? Is it Bubbles, the tough one?
I can't help you on this.
I got to say, I don't have a particularly intimate knowledge of Powerpuff Girls.
Do you not? Powerpuff Girls are fucking amazing.
Okay, I will take your word for that.
If we're going Powerpuff Girls as well, then you've got some great bad guys there as well. Mojo Jojo and him would be good for Powerpuff Girls. So.
Just because I used to love it, I would have one of the, I suppose, Hero from Gundam Wing.
Nice.
I'll just have a Gundam on the good guys because they are technically the good guys. It gets a bit murky, but they are.
We didn't pick any good guy Transformers, did we?
No, but it's got to be.
I mean, it's Optimus Prime.
I mean, he's got the touch. He's got the power.
Maybe Ultra Magnus. Are we just being hipsters if we say that?
Ultra Magnus?
Yeah, that's kind of a
tough one. Is
hipster choice.
Buttercup. Thank you very much, Jack. Yeah. Okay, we'll go Optimus Prime, not Rodimus Prime, which is the stupidest name ever.
Rodimus Prime.
Yeah.
There is no way there's one called Rodimus Prime.
Have you not seen the film?
No, there isn't. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Hot Rod becomes Rodimus Prime.
Hot Rod becomes Rodimus
What about
Prime.
Omicron Prime?
You can't.
What?
You
Rodimus
can't just
Prime.
call the characters in your film. Like, you can't have already turned it into the porn star version of that name.
Yeah, so Hot Rod gets the Matrix and becomes Rodimus Prime
in
the animated film.
Actually, of the good guy
Christ.
Transformers, I would also have Grimlock.
Oh shit, Robot Dinosaur. Let's do that. Yeah.
Grimlock. Me smash Grimlock. Yeah, Grimlock.
Grimlock's going on it. Yeah.
Mainly because I can't remember the other ones.
I'd probably have a
Slag and
couple of.
sludge.
I'd probably have a couple of gummy bears.
Fucking yes, I've been watching lots of gummy bears. I wouldn't have the Tommy, the magic one, because he always gets it wrong. You would want, and I've been watching it and I can't remember her name.
I don't remember much about gummy bears. They're basically just little teddy bears that are on crack.
They're
aren't
dashing and daring, courageous and caring. That's all I really remember.
Something about gummy berry juice.
Yeah, you would want the
Yeah.
one that makes the gummy berry juice, and another
That's what
handyman,
it is,
which is what's the grumpy one called? Gruffy.
Gummy berry juice makes it sound like it's made from gummy bears.
Yeah.
It's made from gummy berries.
Could we also have Captain Planet? Because he could just turn everyone into a motherfucking tree.
I love that
whilst-
robot chicken.
Whilst watching the new Space Jam, the villain in it is Don Cheadle. And so every time he did anything, I was just like, everyone's a fucking tree. It's just like, I couldn't, like, if he's playing a villain, I can't help but think of him as Captain Planet now.
You just love that.
Remember, pick up your rubbish,
Or I'll
turn you into a fucking tree.
Yeah. I do love that bit where he just like kind of arcs his like ray from his hand across the city, and all these trees are just sprouting up along the skyline. Just poof, 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 poof. It's amazing. Yeah, so Don Cheadle's Captain Planet.
Yeah, like it. Don Cheadle can be Captain Planet.
Yeah,
No, it's meant to be the cartoon. It's just Captain Planet.
it's just Captain Planet.
Yeah.
But maybe with a sort of a Don Cheadle-esque slant to him.
Sure, of course. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We got any more?
Visionaries.
Okay, you're going to need to remind me of Visionaries. From what I remember, they were just human Transformers.
Yeah, I mean they had holograms.
Okay,
There was one that looked like.
What the fuck is a human transformer?
Duncan's about to explain, actually, Russ, but you made him
I know.
stop.
I just wanted to come in with a dramatic intervention.
One looked like Tom Selleck, so that's what you need. I would have the one that had the best tash. Oh no, I can't remember his name. Mike.
They were the knights. They were Knights of the Round Table, weren't they? But they were set in the future, I think.
Yeah, when
And-
magic and science intertwine,
Yeah.
and they get the gift of, like, it's meant to represent their personalities, and so you get these holograms that fight. They become basically like Rimmer. When Rimmer becomes a hard light hologram, they can do that. And then there's the baddies, and then there's the goodies. And maybe actually no, forget the Visionaries. I love it, but yeah, let's just leave them. It's a bit silly.
So the Visionaries, right? So I mean, it is quite fun. So it is they've got like a hologram in their chest, and they become the animal that's in the hologram in their chest, basically. So there's one of them that's like a bear, right? Am I right?
There's a bear, gorilla, hawk. Actually, there is an octopus. There's a dolphin.
Yeah.
The dolphin's the good guy, but really that should be on the bad side because
The dolphin one would be very, very difficult to deploy in situations where you're not in water.
Just literally just turns into a dolphin, and just flops around.
Just flop.
Yeah.
Get me in the sea and then you come in. I'll
Scorpion.
fuck
There's
you
a
right up,
scorpion
mate.
as well.
It was Scorpion. Scorpion was a bad guy, right?
I just want to let you know, flopping dolphin.
Oh,
you are
genie
really
as well.
helping.
Yeah,
Two
so
different
but
genes.
that was the totals.
God
wasn't
damn it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Done it again.
That was the so they've each got like a
Staff
like
thing
a
on the
staff,
chest.
yeah, and then the staff's got something that comes out like an elemental kind of figure that comes out of the staff as well.
Did I actually watch it a few years ago now? And then the vehicles also have these holograms on them. So even though science and it's all time or magic, they still have these really cool futuristic flying vehicles. And apparently it is in the future, but everyone used to have a previous job. So one of them was a crook, was a robber, and so there is this kind of weird. One of them was a cop, and one of them was a robber, and in the life before, one of them was basically on the hunt of this robber, and then they become on the opposing sides. Funny enough, but in the end, they just sort of like, nah, we just can't be arsed with this, with the wizard dude, and they just go, nah, you can keep it. We've had enough.
We might as well get the Poxy GoBots into this as well. Jack says. No,
I used to like
can't remember
GoBots. I can't remember the names. There's a Porsche, because I had a pencil case, and there was a fire engine.
The only thing I remember about the GoBots is they didn't really transform. They just kind of like flopped onto the ground, and then they were a car. So their heads would be like just brushing against the pavement, basically, as they're driving along.
That was the race car. Had that.
Yeah, and they didn't really have much movement. They were like, you know when Batsuits are shit and he can't move his head. It's a bit like that, basically. Paul says, I mean, if we're doing this, Bucky O'Hare, for nothing other than the best ship name in all of TV.
That is true.
What it is? What was the name of the ship?
The Righteous Indignation.
Yes.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Fucking baller.
It is really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Bucky O'Hare, also one of the best theme tunes, cruelly snatched away early in our World Cup of theme tunes. But
well, you know, with a knockout system, these things happen.
Yeah.
I would also have Brave Star.
I was about to say Brave Star.
I used to love Brave Star. It was so good. My first space cowboy.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be like a real genre that there's lots of versions of.
Is there lots of versions of Space Cowboys?
Serenity, Mandalorian.
Okay, Firefly, yeah. Oh, Mandalorian, yeah.
But Brave Star was first. Oh, actually, the villain in Brave Star, which I can't remember, is a weird demonic robot thing.
Firefly did it better, Tom, but Brave Star
did it first.
Brave Star did it first, yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that it turns out that I was pretty bang on the money.
You were
with that.
I've been playing a bit of Cyberpunk.
I said, while Deus Ex did it first, Cyberpunk may do it better, but
so I've got one for the good guys team.
Yeah,
I do think this might run foul of our can't be based on something from previous popular literature.
Forget it then.
But God from Monty Python.
Oh yeah! Shut up!
Shut up!
Stop groveling.
It's not an animated series, though.
It's animated. Didn't say it had to be from an animated series.
I mean, that does really feel like
too much of a stretch for you.
No, it's more like it feels like it's deliberately trying to find like a little. Oh well, actually.
I mean, I think it was like based. It was like based on a comic or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, well, God also has been in literature before, and I don't think God is necessarily famous for being in Monty Python.
Has he been in something else?
Who, God?
Yeah.
Nah.
You've not been in anything else?
Not I'm aware of.
No.
So, could be useful, but spends most of his time just squashing people. So
I've got a really good one, but I don't know whether they are villains or not.
Okay.
The yogurt from Love, Death and Robots, when the yogurt takes over. It's one of the best episodes.
It really is. It really is. That Love, Death and Robots was really good. Really.
I never finished season 2.
Love, Death and Robots was about 60% really good.
Yeah. Which is what you're going to get when you've got that, basically. It's very rare that if you've got a TV series that does something completely different every week or every episode.
There are a couple where the story was just bobbins, and there was a couple where they were putting too much effort into making it as the graphics, for want of a better word, as amazing as possible, and it just ended up looking like, well, that just looks like
a Unreal
CGI
Engine
film,
kind of,
but it's not actually a particularly compelling story underneath it.
Yeah.
But some of them were fucking brilliant.
Yeah. The one on the farm when they're in the mechs.
Yeah, the mechs on the farm.
Yeah.
The robots touring around the post-apocalyptic city.
Yes, that was my other one that I really liked.
Cats.
And the
Yogurt
last one,
as well,
what's it called? About the shade of blue. That one was phenomenal.
Oh, was that the space one?
No, it's the last one. It's just, was it about the artist that uses this, paints these incredible, gigantic murals in blue?
And he started off as a pull robot, and he's basically goes back to his origins.
That was my personal favourite. That one was
really
amazing,
good.
and that was real deep sci-fi. That one.
I love that. That was good.
I quite like the one where they were trapped millions of miles away from home as well. I didn't realise it.
Yes, but that's one that has the utterly unnecessary and gratuitous elongated sex scene in it.
It really does, yeah.
Skip.
They wanted to film the sex scene, yeah.
I had a thought. Mask. We haven't included Venom in Mask.
Okay, who are you including from Venom?
Ooh. Miles Mayhem?
Yeah, probably.
Because he's the one with the helicopter jet fighter, which is pretty cool. You can provide close air support and make a speedy getaway.
Sure. I'm going to choose T-Bob.
Basically the C-3PO equivalent.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Kinda
shit
useless.
C-3PO that turns into the least aerodynamic motorbike ever.
Yeah. T-Bob, convert.
You're still just a giant fucking egg. Excellent.
Yeah. Does a seat pop out of his back? I think a seat does,
so,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Just perches on the back of him.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Some people have said some stuff on the Discord about who they would be on their list. Aang versus Sparky Boom Man, which I think is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Which I don't really
Too cool
know,
for me.
I'll be honest.
Not familiar.
Archer, of course, got mentioned.
Definitely.
This is Adam. Hey, Adam, if you're watching. If you're not, then I'm sure you hopefully enjoy this at some point. Also, I've been told to ask you, what make and model is your 3D printer, Tom? And
Oh, Christ, I'm going to talk about 3D printing.
I knew this was going to come up. I mean,
I've been waiting for this.
I've literally done nothing but talk about this for ages. It's this one is a monoprice Mini Delta version 2. So it uses the Delta array rather than the standard Z axis weird things. But I have one of those coming. So
What?
I have a Creality Ender 3 V2 coming, which is
You were already upgrading your 3D
I'm already
printer.
upgrading, but I'm not getting rid of, because this is just so good for little things, like little bits and bobs. Whereas the bigger one will be for actually printing out proper movie size prop replicas of stuff. Which is very exciting. And I'm using PLA filament at the moment. I haven't upgraded to anything else yet. PLA is just easier and a little bit easier to control than any of the other ones, and it's cheaper as well. So, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I love your
dice,
little pile
little
of
dice
gewgaws that you've got
cage
there.
that I'm going to print the lid out when we
Dice
finish
prison.
the pod. Little dice prison. There was a little.
For when your dice don't behave.
This is probably the coolest thing I've printed, which is like a massive D20 with a screw cap on one side that just lifts out, and you can pop your dice in it. I mean, that's cool. I love that. That's so good.
Tom's family hasn't actually seen him for days because all he does is print.
I feel quite bad, actually. I feel like I'm sort of neglecting my wife a little bit. I have another love. Although,
Daddy, what are you doing up there? I'm printing a new child that doesn't ask annoying questions.
this is basically this is beautiful, but it's nothing compared to these, which are like little minifigure hex stands that all fit together. So I've got like the Jedi emblem and the Sith emblem there. I've got one of the Empire there, and they all slot together in all different configurations. And then you can put all your minifigures in them. Which
I don't want to poke a hole in this, Tom. But what are you going to do with all this stuff?
Give them those presents.
To be fair, a lot of people
never ask that question of a 3D.
A lot of people who
enthusiast.
have a 3D printer are always asked this, and you know what? There's no good answer at all for this. It's just what I find amazing is dialing it in. So it's finding something really complex to print, and then working out the best setting for it, because it takes a while to work it out. And you try one test print, and it might take an hour or so, and it comes out, and there's like banding lines on it. You're like, oh, okay, so that was coming out a bit hot. Turn the temperature down slightly, do it again, and then it's like, then you get your perfect print, and you're like, yes, now I have the perfect thing. But then the bin is obviously full of just like fucking tons of discards. I had to throw away one of the dice case because it warped on the bottom because I'd accidentally put the temperature of the heated bed up too high.
So that bit in the movie where they walk past all the discarded clones that didn't quite work properly.
Yes, there you go. There's a few dice case in the bin, but yeah, they're all good. It's an interesting one because the plastic comes out hot. When it cools, it contracts, and if it doesn't have proper bed adhesion, it warps. So you sometimes get like this little thing, this warped. So you can see this is slightly rounded. It banded, but this was a very cool thing. This was a print in place, so it basically printed on its back like that in one thing. So it built a hinge, layer by layer. It built a little buckle on the top. And it all came out. I mean, it works, but it's just not quite right. So that's one I've got to refine properly. And I think it's the heated bed was too hot. I think it just heated the plastic up too hard. So when it hit the cold air, it just cracked in on itself.
Paul says he looks forward to you opening your Etsy store.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, I've got to start making some of my own designs because you can't really sell other people's designs.
No.
Unless you give them credit and you say, this is where you can get the design and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's that.
Josh Hunter says Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Sorry, just one for Mass Effect fans. A little model of the Prothean beacon. I'm gonna paint that up. Sorry, that's just I thought Mass Effect fans might like that. That's the one from Eden Prime that blows up, obviously. Anyway,
I have no idea where you're going to put it all.
I don't either. This one's nice. This is the Witcher wolf emblem from the TV show.
That's quite cool.
Which is really nice. Really, really nice. I'm going to hand a few of those out to people who like The Witcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did Josh suggest?
Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Or Dragon Ball Z.
I just don't know how to respond to Tom.
Don't know either. It's tough. It's getting tougher as well. But yeah,
I mean, I work with two people who talk quite a lot about on our WhatsApp group about 3D printing, and he has a 3D printing pen, so the kind of extruder pen. That's
pretty cool.
They are very cool looking, and so do various stuff. But anyway, it's.
I can't help it if I have a hobby, Dan.
I wouldn't know what that's like. I've got none.
You've got none, Dan.
Yeah. So Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Cool. It's the last one, I think.
What about, I mean, would we have any Pokemon? Were they...
Well, I was going to suggest this. I was going to suggest Ash, because Ash comes with Pikachu. And, if Team Rocket join the baddies, then at least you've got someone to counter that.
How'd you get Pikachu on the bus?
Camembert.
Pokemon.
Wait, no, wrong one.
I had Emperor Zurg as a villain. That's why that's
From
the other one.
Omicron Persei 8.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Jack says, does the Iron Giant count?
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's only been animated, right?
No, it's based on a book.
It's based on a book. Yeah. That's all I got. Sorry, guys.
That's good. I think we've got ourselves quite a nice crack team there.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm gonna raise the horrible one. I would have probably Rubble from Paw Patrol because he's my fave. He's got very useful. Him or Rocky, because Rocky is pretty handy with tools. And on the villain side, Mayor Humdinger. Cock up everything, but he is basically a bad person.
No, Paw Patrol are all going on the villain side for ruining my day whenever they appear.
Also, I mean, the mayors of both. I mean, they in any modern society they would be done for misappropriation of funds.
No, they wouldn't, because Mayor Humdinger is basically Boris Johnson or Trump. Like, he's an amalgamation of both.
They haven't devolved power to a chicken yet. They're not that bad. Yeah, we're mercifully free of Paw Patrol here. Although, fucking Mickey Mouse's clubhouse has started to get a looking, and that is appalling. It's it's basically a crime. It's a really bad show. Don't watch it.
I won't.
Yeah,
I'll give it a miss.
It's very annoying.
I think that's it, Tom. I think we are wrapping things up now.
So there we go. Well, there is our crack squad of animated characters to save the day, and we've also got a not so crack squad of evil villains who will try and mess them up. So make sure you hit us up on our social media feeds on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook using the handle at TMTOOH to let us know who your animated characters would be, and also who your villains would be, and also if you think, guys, which one would win? Would our bad guys win? Would our good guys win? Let us know. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Also, thanks very much for watching us on the stream. If you watched us, wave. That's why they're here. Wave. We want some interaction. Wave. And also, if you listen to us as well, thank you very much. You are in the majority of our viewers and listeners. The listeners are definitely in the majority, but it's great that we've got so many people watching the stream tonight. On that note, I have a load of pods coming. Dan has promised that there is going to be a buttload hitting our channels
I haven't put them
very
up yet,
soon.
so I'm going to put them all up.
Which is awesome and very exciting. So please have a listen, have a watch on the videos as well. Do come to our YouTube channel. Do go to SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, whichever platform you want to use. Dan, is there anything you want to tell us about coming up?
Not really. Not a great deal. Apart from the ones that I promised I'm going to put up. Just if you've got any ideas for what you want to see us do on the podcast, let us know. Saves us the job on Wednesday morning.
Excellent. I mean, to be fair, it's probably we're high due for you. You were talking about Elden Ring at the beginning. So what might be quite cool to do is a look ahead at some of the games we know are coming in 2022 and talk about how various levels of hype we are about them.
Didn't we do that? I think we will definitely do that, but we might wait for E3 before we do that.
Okay, well, we might wait for that.
Because there'll be another batch of like trailers and previews and stuff around then.
Yeah. What we haven't done is a World Cup of something. So if anyone's got any suggestions for a while, Anyone?
Yep. Well, World Cup of printing filament textures.
Yep, that would be great. That would be really good fun. Just remember, cheap filament, go hotter. Expensive filament, go cooler. Stay within the temperature boundaries.
Genuine question: if we were to do a live stream of watching Tom 3D print something, would people watch it? Would that be the kind of relaxing thing that people might watch?
What, in that sort of like slow TV way, like a Finnish person building a fire for 6 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work. I have seen places where people do live stream their 3D printer.
There you go. Would people want to see it? Just let us know.
Would you need to do it as a ASMR?
I think it's the sort of thing you just need to leave on permanently. I don't think you could like schedule an hour where everyone comes in and just watches a thing going.
Hey, guess what it is, yeah?
Yeah, I'm bored already.
Faster than that. The delta setups are usually faster because the head moves a lot faster because it's on 3 arms as opposed to 2.
Dan,
axes.
end this because there's just no fucking stopping it.
Anyway, we're going to say goodbye. It's goodbye from Duncan.
Cheery bye.
It's goodbye from Dan.
Goodbye.
Goodbye from Russ.
Latest taters.
And it's goodbye from me, Tom, and my Monoprice Mini Delta V2 3D printer. And on that note, let's cue the music.